Okay. Are we live? Did it explode? Did it break? Am I dead? Is this the afterlife? No. Everything's working. Cool. Groovy. Okay, what's the plan for today? What are we gonna try and do? We can try and finish the chart. I gotta get my notes out. The thing of what each square on the thing is in terms of a letter. Do I have a pencil here? I had a pencil before. I'll use a pencil and that will show you how nothing lasts, how nothing is free. Nobody loves you like me. Okay. Well, it doesn't have an eraser, so if I mess up, I'm fucked forever. Let's go check out the room over here. Is the audio on Twitch working? Is the audio on Twitch working? Yes. Yes, it is. Maybe trading post? I don't know if we've done a trading post before. I shouldn't walk in and out of this room over and over. But this does look larger than the space outside. Ooh, another one of these puzzles. I forget how I did it. So it wants yellow on all of them. I forget how this worked. I kind of like intuited it last time. This like rotates it around itself. How do I move the actual pink though? And then these are like gravitated towards the top. I do remember that. We want yellow in all four corners. I should have written down the rules that I kind of intuited last time. There was a case where this would like move back and forth. There was a way to make the pink change its place. Ah, there we go. Like that. And then this. No. Once it's here, is it like stuck? Because it's not gonna, if I click on the yellow here, it goes across. So it's like if you click on the yellow for the yellow to move down and it moves into the pink, it moves the pink instead. Okay. So if I click this, it's going to move down. It's not going to move the pink. Correct. Okay. And now we can rotate these around itself. So that's there. But that's not helpful. It's like we need to put like this. No, that's the same exact situation. And if we move the yellow away, it stops working. What if we do, like... There we go. Hooray! Allowance token. I like those puzzles. Watch me not write down the solution this time. Dynamite, a little too dangerous to pick up. Speak for yourself. That's one way to get into the antechamber. You have no items to trade. That's true. That is true. Well, okay then. Is there at least one of those, like, fire starter things? No. No, there isn't. Okay. Well, it wasn't a waste, because I got the allowance token. I don't see anything else in here. Other than this suspicious dynamite, which we might be coming back to. Okay. Back in we go. Six. It's pretty good. We're getting more and more. Library is always good. I could get the car keys. Oh yeah, we got more. More different things. Realm and Rune. History of Ordinia, that was the one that was all censored. Swimbird was the depressing kid story. Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, I remember. Fixed Stars is the book that's also in the other place. The Pump System User Manual we've already done. I don't remember which of these we've read and which of these we hadn't. That's kind of unfortunate. Let's start with this, because I know for a fact that this one's new. Chamber of Mirrors. You can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. Interesting. Ooh. There's money in that one. How? Whoa, it's up above too. How interesting of a room. Okay, so we definitely want it open. I assume that means that if we enter from that side, we'll be able to... So that's this right here. We'll definitely be able to do that. We'll be able to get in there and press that button and then have access to more of these. Do all four of them have money? Yes, they do. What a cool room. I like this one a lot. Well, nothing else to do in here, I guess, but how neat. That should be handy in general, because it means we'll get more corridors and such. Speaking of which, I actually don't even think we're going to go down there. I want to get that entrance to the Chamber of Mirrors. Is there anything in here? Ooh. That's not what I was expecting at all. Wonder what this one in the very center does. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Is there anything up here? How cool. Oh, I see. So the glass that we've raised down below is up here. Is there anything we can actually do up here? None of the doors seem to do anything. Maybe this is a puzzle solution that we'll eventually get to. Like, ooh, go to the chamber where all things appear many times or something. How cool. Is there something that's like an odd one out? Is there one that has anything out of place? I mean, the orthogonal directions are missing a lot of things. It's just the button and the doors. No. Not that I can tell, anyway. I mean, this is cool. This is a cool thing for me to do. That's gotta be a mirror too, right? Is this gonna take me up higher? No. I wonder if there's some way to get up there while this is down. Maybe you can reach that center button if you do that. Because the glass moves. Can you see that? It cannot just be a mirror because this here would reflect this, and it doesn't. It's a wall. So that's a real button. Can I press this button while being outside of the square? Probably not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say the answer to that is probably no. So then there must be some other way to get it to go down. Maybe there's one of these buttons does it. Most of them seem not to do anything. I feel like you can reach that far. Or just like hop back up. Simon is so lazy. Okay. Well, I think there are more buttons down here that we haven't pressed. Just step back a little. It's not moving that fast. So true. That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's that one. And that's that one, which we already raised. The rest of these are all blocked. Maybe if we get in here from this direction, we'll be able to press that button and it'll raise this up, and then we can come back around and press that one, and that'll do something. Maybe. I don't know. I can't figure out what to do here. If there even is something that we're supposed to be doing. This is kind of an unfortunate combination. Boiler room. I don't have a gem. Fuck. Damn, that's actually even worse, because I don't have the option to even go forward. I have to go into the dead end. I guess the money is what I prefer, because I also get the couple more steps from the apple. Okay. I really hope we don't squander the opportunities of the drawing, or the Chamber of Mirrors, because that's such an exciting room. Another reading nook for another library. So the library will lead to the right, which is a dead end. So we actually cannot gain the advantage of drawing the library if we take the reading nook. Instead, we should take the parlor. The gems are not in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are in this box. Apple. The gems are not in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are in this box. So these two are both either true or false. If they're both true, then that means the gems are not in this box is true. So it's either in the white box or the black box. But that means it must be that this is false. The gems are in this box. So that means it must be in the white box. If, on the other hand, these are both false, then the black box is not true. The gems are in this box. But since those are both false, this must be true. The gems are in this box. And then we have two boxes that both say either all three are lies or the black box is true. What? They can't all three be lies. That's impossible. It has to be that at least one is true and at least one is false. I think they have to be in the black box. Because if these are both the true... If these are both... I need to restart from the beginning. You threw me off. So these are both either true or false, because the blue box is true is depending on this one. So if this is true and this is true, then the gems are not in this box. The gems are in the black box. And that's impossible because these both being true means that this one has to be false, and that's a contradiction. Right? But if these are both false, the blue box is true, the gems are not in this box. That means that the gems must be in the blue box, making the black box true because it has to be, because these are both false. Don't let me post in Blueprints chat before I drink my coffee. I'm talking myself in circles. I'm having a hard time with this one, actually. I feel like I need to start drawing up truth tables, which is a pretty funny thing to say about a video game. Maybe a better way of thinking about it is just ignoring the white box. So the blue box is true is just like... It's like the truth value of the blue box is worth 2 boxes. So the gems are either... The gems are not in this box. That's either true or false. If it's true, That's worth 2, so the black box must be false. So whatever it says on the black box has to not be true. The gems are not in this box. That makes that true. If this is false, by process of elimination, the gems are in this box is not true. Then we know that both the blue box and the black box do not have gems in them, so it must be in the white box. That's if this is true. If this is false, the gems are not in this box is false, meaning that they are in this box, then that's 2 falsehoods, and this must be true. So the gems are in this box is true, but that's a contradiction because we already said that they're in the blue box. So it's either that they're both in the blue box and the black box at the same time, which is not possible, or it's in the white box. So it must be in the white box. I like how increasingly, like, dilapidated your text becomes over time. It's very funny. It's still, like, completely readable as but it's... Ooh. Well, that's going to be a dead end, so we don't want that. Chapel, so we save more gems? Maybe? I have the money to spare. I think you're very cool, Panta. Is what I'm trying to say. Another reading nook. Sure, we'll take another reading nook and another library. We'll get to read that book that we ordered earlier today. Another parlor. Ooh, tempting, but no, let's do library. Because that's another rare room. Realm and Rune, Sigils of the Past and Present by Professor R. Willard. Ooh, this will be very interesting. This gift was graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones. Isn't that us? It is. Oh, because we bought it from the house. That's right. We bought it from that store. So we gifted it to the library then. Cool. Okay. What sigils will they tell us about? I'm excited to hear. Introduction. When the scholars of the First Era found any hidden things, either of a natural source or resulting from the creations of man, they were accustomed to record these in various signs in the aid of figures. They did this in order that the sigils of their realm might not be understood by strangers. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era and every culture, and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to realm sigils, those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and older documents. This book was written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and to clearly display the correlation between each symbol and its iconography of the realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of the kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of this land. Even the adorned borders around the sigil have special meaning. The sigil. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of 4 things: the core, the dividing lines or rays, the moats, and the border. So in this one, the core is this, these are the dividing lines, the moats are these like B's, betas, whatever they are, and this is the border. The core. Oh, this is so interesting! I'm so happy. It's kind of, like, strategically bad to draw the parlor ever because the puzzles get permanently harder for temporary materials, if you think about it. That is true. Like, you're not wrong at all. However, on the other hand, harder puzzles are fun. I like harder puzzles. I like needing to scratch my brain to try and figure it out. Orange... Okay. This is interesting. This actually contradicts my notes I've taken from somewhere else. From the thing about the history book that was all censored, I took certain pages and they were different. You won't be saying that when it turns out into a saw trap, cut your finger off puzzle after the 100th time drafting it. That's true, but I don't know. when I just said that I had to consider drawing up a truth table, secretly I really want to do that. I think that would be awesome. Okay, so Iraja is the hourglass. I have that one correct. Okay, so we're going to put a check mark next to that. The mountains are Arch Aries. I have that correct as well. I'll put a check mark next to that. The heart is Kororika. I do not have that right. I thought that the heart was Fen Aries. Okay, I do actually need an eraser. I also have a better pencil. This thing's like barely writing. Okay, the heart is Kororika. Okay, what are the rest of these? Ow, my knee. I have Araya, Arch Aries, Kororika, Arch Aries, Fen Aries will do. That's the heptagon? Is that what that is? It's 5. Is 5 a heptagon? Or is that 6? No, 6 is a hexagon. Heptagon is 7. What's 5? Pentagon? It's Pentagon. Pentagon, milady. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know my shapes. I should go back to the first grade classroom in this. That's where I should be. Pentagon occurred to me, but I was like, no, that's the demon star. No, that's pentagram. Silly. Okay, Fen Aries. There's also a location called Nuance that I've heard about, but we didn't ever... That's not on this list. We do have Arinda Aries, though, which is that shape, whatever that is. It's like a mirror? Maybe? Arinda Aries. Okay. All the other parts are meaningless if we don't know the place we are describing. The rays. Spouting forth from the core will come several dividing lines, splitting the sigil into pieces. From one sigil to another, the rays will often differ in numbers, style, and form. Studying the differences in these lines will immediately reveal several things about the realm. Transportation, the number of rays. Counting the number of divided lines in a sigil will reveal to us what method of transportation was prevalent in the realm. Were they a seaside desert kingdom that relied on ships, or a desert domain that might have employed camels to cross the sandy expanse of their lands? Yeah? Which of those is which of these? Can you label them? I don't know what these mean. I mean, that is interesting. Oh, of course. Here it is. Okay. That was a real, you keep reading and things will be revealed type of situation. You play video games and information is revealed. Okay, I'm going to make a note of all of these as well. We'll go to a different page. So the star going out in all directions is naval capabilities. Resemble the directions on a compass rose. It's hard to see. I'm going to turn on my lights. C. X is road, streets, carriages. The 4 rays here look like crossroads on a map. Horseback, rough trails, another sigil that uses 4 rays. However, this will always be configured to suggest a horse galloping. Interesting. Train system, locomotion. The 3 rays here are used in sigils for realms that rely on track-based travel. Aviation, dirigibles, balloons. The 5 rays here suggest travel above the horizon. Camels, pack mules, arid or desert trails. 2 rays to indicate a flat terrain. I'm chewing on my tongue today for some reason. Turtleback travel. 5 short rays that do not fully extend from the core to the border. Is it really that common? Turtleback travel? That's so funny. Does not extend to the border. Weather, the style of ray. This is so interesting. They put so much thought into this. Identifying the style of the ray used in the sigil will show us whether the kingdom considered native. Some are intuitive, like the jagged lightning-shaped lines to indicate stormy lands. Straight black lines indicate a lack of unusual or harsh weather and normal temperatures. Foggy or misty weather is indicated when the ray has several horizontal slashes across one side. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. The scorched air and blazing sun cause the otherwise straight rays to appear shimmering. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. For more extreme stormy weather, a jagged lightning-shaped ray is used. A ray dotted with falling circles is used for colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. Windy weather is displayed on sigils by the use of bent, curved lines, rays buckling under the high winds. I like that they capitalize specific words. They know that you don't want to write this all down. Foggy. Heat. Rain. Stormy. Snow. And windy. Moats. On each sigil floating between the rays are small figures called moats. From the shape and style of the moats used on a sigil, we can tell the type of society a given realm proclaimed, if they considered themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic future. Tribal, a primitive realm, hunter and gatherers, agricultural, harvest and farming-based society and culture. Martial, militaristic nation engaged in generational spanning wars and heated arguments. Metropolitan, large city-state with a dense urban and populous center. Academic, a center for knowledge, advanced in various scholarly pursuits. These realms are home to many schools, universities, and libraries. Industrial, engineering-driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention, and production. Spiritual, an elevated reverence for nature, animals, and the forces that guide us. Poetic, a strong focus on the advancement of the arts, writing, music, and language. Okay. Tribal. Agricultural. Martial. Metropolitan. Academic. Industrial. Spiritual. Poetic. The border. Rounded sigils and adorned edge serving as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different color. These borders always correspond to the banner and national colors of that specific realm. I see. Okay. So I know the colors of some of these. Arch Aries is yellow from the grade 1 classroom. And Iraya was purple. I wonder if they'll show the full circles for any of these countries. Okay, let me sketch these down as well. Black. I'm not doing these in order. I'm just doing them in whatever feels like it's easiest to draw. Orange. I think it's very fun that the game is making me write this stuff down. Pink. Red is kind of annoying. That's not very distinct. I mean, it is distinct. It's just annoying to have to... something like that. The problem with doing these out of order is now I don't know which ones I don't have. I guess yellow I don't have. Should have done yellow first. That one's easy. Yellow and violet. Cool. Putting it all together. By studying the core, rays, motes, and border of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an undecipherable enigma. Fen Aries is red. Is that right? I didn't have a color for that one, so I'm writing it down now. Okay. Transportation, road carriage. Weather foggy. Society militaristic, banner red. So that's this one here on the left. Is Fen Aries. So they give us that one for free. Maybe I'd draw a sketch of that one too. Or just like a combination of which one is Fen Aries. Seems like a strange system because the Fen Aries is represented by the core. I guess it imparts all that extra information. So it's not like it's wasting space or something. Okay, Fen Aries is... I'm not even going to draw it, I'm just going to write the parts. Roads, foggy, militaristic, red. Cool. Okay. I feel like I learned something. And that, kids, is why you visit your local library. Vault is exciting. These are all dead ends. That fucking sucks. What am I supposed to do? Game, come on! Game, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying my best. This game hates me. Hates my guts. Red room. Wow, no way. Look, it's the red room that I wanted to go to. Yeah, seriously. I'm doing such a good job. I'm so good at this game. What am I what can I even be doing differently? I don't understand. I feel like I'm doing it as best as I can. I'm trying to pick things that lead to more things. I guess when you're in this situation here, it's already pretty bad. You don't want your last... So should I have given up on the library after drafting the reading nook? Maybe. Or maybe I shouldn't have drafted the reading nook in the first place, because I could have intuited that that would go here and then to like a corner with only one exit. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just that it's a bad game. And it's not my fault, and I'm doing my best. Maybe the game sucks, and I'm actually blameless and haven't done anything wrong in my whole life. Well, it wasn't a wasted day. We did find the Chamber of Mirrors. That was pretty cool. What was the other new room? The trading post, maybe? I have to assume so. Let's read about the Hall of Mirrors, actually. I didn't read the room description on that one. Sounds interesting. I feel like this game hates me. It doesn't want me to succeed. Hey, we got all the outer rooms. An outpost established in the outskirts of Mount Holly in the era before the New Realms. The station allowed the frontiersmen and trappers of these mountains to trade goods and service with the estate, the locals, and one another. We're missing like half the shops. That's interesting. I guess we never take the one that sells keys because it's a dead end. Chamber of Mirrors. Reflections are reflections. This confusing room can sometimes prove disorienting to the wayward guest. However, upon close inspection, they quickly realize that viewing this room from more than one perspective is key to unraveling its secrets. I see. Yeah, so once you draft it, come into it from different directions. I like the dead end is in quotation marks. That's good. It's clever. We gotta get the pump room again. There's still so many things I want to do with the pump room, like draining the fountain. Yeah, let's go out to the outer room. Come on, anything. Anything interesting. Come on. Actually, all three of these are pretty good. Maybe tool shed? Get us off on the right foot. Root cellar's only useful if I find a shovel, which isn't a sure thing. Let's try tool shed today. Can I grab it without going into it? No. Gear wrench. Oh yeah, we got this and then we never got a mechanical floor plan even once. Where's the other one? Sledgehammer. Let's hope we fare a little bit better this time. Gear rooms seem generally pretty good. I guess they fit into like any category. Why can I not find any now? Pump room, security, workshop, laboratory, boiler room, utility closet. These are all things that are good to have, so I kind of want them all to be common. Pump room is unusual, security is standard, workshop is unusual, laboratory is standard, boiler room is unusual, utility closet is standard. I don't know. I guess I would want them all to be normal. There's a bird. All right. Parlor. Give me my jams. The blue box is true. The gems are in the true box. The black box is true. So I think this one is solved by like So, I don't know. There's this thing where it's like, there's supposed to only be one solution. I sent a screenshot of the last house to my brother, and they called the Chamber of Mirrors a bait room. So true. That's real. Long story short, I think it's in the white box. Because they can't all be true, obviously. So, how do I explain this? If this is true, it's the same thing as the last one. These two are like the same thing. This one points to this one, and this one points to this one. So they're either both true or they're both false. If they're both false, then the gems are in the true box is true, and it's in this box. White box, send it. I like to say it out loud anyway, just kind of for myself to make sure I'm onto something. If they're both true, then this must be false because it's the last one left, and then we have literally no information about where the gems possibly are. So that can't be right. So it must be in the white box. Yippee. Where does the library go? It goes in the corner. So the library is useless then, if we get it there. Because the point of the library is to... No, it'll point to the corner, so we'll get a rare room in that corner. Is that worth it? Probably not. Let's save the reading room for later, and just try to open up more possible directions we can go. We're really trying not to close ourselves off today. Chapel. Closet. The bedroom is better used in a place where we're going to go through it multiple times, and the reading room, the reading nook would go to a library, ideally, so we'll do closet. Good place for a dead end. Kind of a lame thing to get from a closet, but good enough. Patio, again, would be good to get later. Although, I think we actually have something on the patio. We have the... In the fish tank, once it was drained, there was an X under the... Oh, does that mean we're going to need a shovel to, like, dig under there? Because we do not have a shovel. There was an X under the grill. In the aquarium once we drained it. Let's do it anyway, and maybe we'll get a shovel later. Yeah. It's interesting that they put that right next to where I think you're supposed to do it. There's another dig spot there. No shovel, though. And no, like, interaction point that I can see. Maybe it was, like, here, or it was under it. It was here somewhere. Okay. Well, no luck with that. Den or drawing room? Or storeroom? Storeroom's not going to give us the shovel, though, and that's the thing we really care about. And we don't want dead ends this early. Den. I'm still stuck on... this like indicator of time. It's funny, we're about to be here right when it goes to the 9:15 time. And it's already passed. I don't know. Observatory points in a favorable direction or passageway. Passageway is worth 2 gems, which is pretty expensive. But I feel like that might be just what we need this early on. Or do we save it? Maybe we save it. It might be better to save our gems as well. Observatory. Oh, we got the skull one. That's bad. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. That's good. We have the sledgehammer, so we can get into them for free. Now, do we backtrack? Probably, I think. We'll just, like, preserve this direction and try to fill out down here. You can just not click on it? Wait, you don't have to click on all of them? What? You only get the bonus from the ones you click on? I didn't know that. I identified it immediately, but I didn't know that that was how it worked. Fuck. Well, okay, that's unfortunate. Hello, Spartan. Now I'm afraid I'm gonna embarrass myself as always. But it's gonna be even more embarrassing because there will be someone here who has also played the game. I guess we have an excuse to use the locksmith now. No, we don't. Well, kind of, yes we do, because these are all dead ends. And I've never gotten the locksmith before. Sure is a lot of keys. Special key lockpick kit. Oh, did I not get my... Oh, no, I think I did. I've just been walking back and forth through the chapel. Well, I can't afford any of this. Good day. I wonder how much of a difference it may... Oh, yeah, these. I wonder how much of a difference the, like, omen thing makes. How much more common the dead-end rooms are. Attic with 8 items. I think that is a new room. It is a dead end, though. It'll leave us with only the observatory. That's kind of not ideal. But 8 items! Maybe one of them will be the shovel, and then we can try the gear wrench. Oh yeah, security. Although, isn't security already... pretty common? And it would only affect security? Maybe it would be better to wait for one that's better. Although maybe we're not going to get one that's better because it's such a rare day. Yeah, let's do this. Commonplace. Just make security super common. I think that would be good in general because it's like a room with many exits. We'll do that. Literally nothing. We've got it all. Awesome. Furnace. Just make it even worse. No, pantry. Servants' quarters. I think we have already seen the servants' quarters. Have we? thought so. This is kind of bad, actually. We're since we don't have a path forward, we're making a dead end with the other exit to the security. We still have the way out of the observatory if we do get ourselves stuck. But having another way into the space above security is not that important, so we shouldn't take the commissary just for that. I think we take servants' quarters because I'm not sure that we have it. I wish we could check the list of things while we were drafting. There are 12 major keys. What was the Hartley's room? I don't think that's true. Wasn't there we had a the thing that the guy was holding in the picture, and we looked at it really closely. He was holding a note, and the note said, "Green notes in Hartley's room are false." I mean, that seems like a lot. And it is Hartley's room. This game is hard and asks a lot of you. I was just called here after being sent 3 different words. No. I'm not like actually feeling bad at all. It's fun. It's all in good fun. In fact, I think it's fun that you're here. If you want to like continue giving me super obvious tips that would actually help me out a lot, that would be fantastic. I know we spoke often of this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say of the last 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you innumerable times in the past, half-stated gratitude always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiations from you. I had always known this final letter would give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces, but I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between us. With your passing, I release you from your post in service to the Sinclair family and implore you to live the remainder of your years on your own terms, as scary and unfamiliar of a concept as that may be to you. With my passing. Besides, I think a more junior valet would be better situated to meet the needs of young Master Simon. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post, but as soon as he or she has had the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring what I imagine your objections must be after reading this, I have decided to leave the Lake House in Trisendale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past few decades, you have served willingly as the subject and victim to my many whims, games, and riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this matter. The house is yours without strings or stipulations. I had for a time gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I know the humor of such a prank would be entirely lost on you, to say nothing of her. Until we meet again, my friend, Herbert. I see. So this is a lie, I guess. There are not 12 major keys. Maybe the more times we draft this room, this will be something different and something more interesting. Because that's not that interesting. He's got socks on his bed. That's something. Discord isn't taking my mic input. Yeah, I don't believe it's something on my end. I'm not going to walk back in case it wastes a time slot. I'll just look wistfully out this window. coffee without a second E? Kof? It was working 12 hours ago. Well, you know how those things go. Such is the way of the worm. I've been saying that for years, and it was only when I was watching a friend... Or no, it was when I was playing... Hey, Deluxe Coffee. It's when I was playing Chapters 3 and 4 of Deltarune that I realized that that's from Deltarune. There's a little worm guy who says, such is the way of the worm. This coffee does have a second E. Where are we? This should be an S room, so it's not that. Stag and tag, that's right. Could just be an error, I guess. Looks like a little face. Weird. Whoa, 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 whoa. That startled me so badly. Harry, what is your problem? What is going on? Harry, hush. Shut up. Do you see someone through the window? He must. I think he's just barking at like random passerby. Harry, stop. Hush. Hush. Go lay down. Hush. Hush. Be quiet. Sorry about that. What were you gonna say? Oh, really? Okay. You said, hold on a sec. I thought you meant you had something to say about the... Okay, that's why I was standing in this room for so long. Okay. Well, let's hope we get a straight line. We did not. I guess we could do the utility closet and make it... I don't know. Because we have the gear wrench still. Didn't, like, delete it. Or we can use the freezer to keep our stuff for tomorrow. We still have the observatory, though. We're definitely not going to immediately hit a dead end, like 3 dead ends right there. In fact, if you think about it, if we pick the utility, if we pick one of these two... Yeah, we're just taking dead ends out of the pool. I think we're going to be optimistic and say that we don't want to take the freezer so early. Because we're definitely going to get much farther. I think standard is fine, actually. Make it rare. I guess we could make it unusual, maybe? Because we don't want dead ends so much, but also it is an important, like, functional room. Let's leave it at standard. This is my favorite part of the game. Wow, another purple. Hey, there's the passageway. And it's the only option, because the other two are dead ends. Let's go this way first. Boiler room. We want boiler room and then lab. Does the lab cost a gem? Let's make this commonplace. We want a lot of boiler rooms. Laboratory. Does not show a cost. Yes, it does. 1 gem. Okay, I have 1 gem. Please, oh please, oh please. Nope. Oh, I want the solarium so badly. But it would cost my 1 gem. Maybe if I open the puzzle box there, I'll get my gem back. You were saying something? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I mean, it's still good for me to know. Discord audio. Discord audio. How's about that?
I don't know.
Well, it moved to the little waveform thing, so we're going to say that that was a smashing success. We're going with Solarium. We're going to do a gamble. You can now receive twice the amount of insights about the game from the stream. So true. There isn't another puzzle box in here. What was this again? I have a feeling you may have forgotten how to open the cloister wall again. So to save you some stern words, I decided to draw you a little diagram to help you out. Cloister grounds access. When face to face with the angel, press the base of the 2 pillars on either side of you. On either side of you? Okay. So it's not under the angel. Maybe it's the 2, like, pillars that are 1 square away from the angel? And we don't know which angel it is, so I'll just do all of them. Okay, well, that is informative. The last time I went down there, I tried that, and it wasn't... it didn't work. Let's not draft more rooms. I mean, not that I can super easily open this anyway. Let's not draft more rooms next to the boiler room until... because we want the laboratory to be right there, and I don't have a gem. So if I draft the room right here, and I get the laboratory, and I don't have a gem, then we're in trouble. Well, there's the laboratory. No! That's bad. That's very bad.
Real
Okay.
great options here.
Furnace, only remaining option. Let's not go in there so we don't waste our step. Oh my god. I hate all of these. I don't want any of these. I guess archives is the best choice. I know steps aren't that, like, big of a pressure for me, but half is just so many. I think we're gonna say archives. This is where we want the thing, so we need the gem before we get it. Ba-dum. Well, these are both dead ends, so we'll do the last remaining one. It's definitely not a dead end. That's good. We have some keys, but let's do this door first. Aquarium. Only option is the dark room, because we still don't have any gems. I don't know. It's tough because there can just be like levers to the antechamber in these doors. There can also be nothing at all. But I need my gems. Let's try one. Let's go gambling. Nothing. Okay, one more. That was a mistake. What? No, it wasn't. Super smart and intelligent. Very wise. Never mind. Very bad. Archive? You think Archive explodes runs? Maybe. I don't know. I know it's a permanent downgrade, which is pretty bad, as opposed to like a temporary, like it's only affects you when you walk through it. I mean, you would probably know more than I would. Let's do the weight room, but not go in it yet. Nope, it affected me immediately. Okay. Let's try the dark room. Okay, that'll be good. Gymnasium I can afford. No, I can't.
We're getting into the part of the map where we need to start looking at the paintings on the walls again.
Oh, right. This one specifically we need. Clock and tie. Tie and time. It's an M. Small. Do not have a trophy room. Plus 20 is pretty good, though. So the fact that the weight room does its effect when you draft it actually makes it seem much better in my eyes. I thought it was every time you walked through it, it did that effect. But no, if it was, it would say whenever you enter, it does that thing. I figured it would like continue being a horrible burden forever, but it's like a one-time penalty that you pay, which makes a lot more sense. This room we also need bat and boat, so that's an O. Locked. I should have expected as much. Also locked. Oh, there was another door in the gymnasium. Oh, but it was the keycard one. Starting to get the feeling that I shouldn't have used my keys on this. Might not have been smart. We have this one already. There's the laboratory again. But I can't even take it because I don't have any gems, so guest bedroom is the only choice. There's a key. Where would the key best be used? door to the antechamber, maybe? Then we'll have... I mean, it would be a new room, for one. A new, like, letter. But also it would be... There are many roguelike/roguelite games with choose one of X reward systems, and in those games, items that increase the number of options you have are some of the strongest in the game. That's true. I agree with that. I 100%ed the Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, and all of the DLCs for that. And that's pretty true with that. Stag and Stage. Yes, we've done this one. The other option is here. Although we won't get all the way to the end. Not that that's necessarily something that's super important, I guess. I think we do here because it preserves steps. Shit, no, but it's in the dark room, so I don't know what they are. Damn, I didn't think of that. Fuck, okay. Freezer.
Oh, God.
That's not ideal. Okay. Is it going to thaw now that we have the boiler? No. Of course not. Vincraft has a roguelike in it as well, in the form of loot running, and it's strong there too. Yeah. It's like a general thing, I suppose. Okay. So we try one of these doors, I guess. Rotunda can rotate. Cost gems. Also, we can never get gems for the rest of this run. So the hope of getting the... Also, this is the room that we wanted the laboratory by. But that's impossible now because we got the freezer. So it doesn't even matter. More keys. That's good. But the dream is dead for that happening. Broken lever. We could make the workshop. We can make the workshop more common. Because that's potentially quite important. The letter is red, the letter is not I. It's not A, S, or I. He's a barkin'. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Broken lever plus sledgehammer. Plus something else. That's interesting. Oh, I didn't actually walk into the freezer, so I don't know. I didn't see if there were pictures. Walk-in closet. Well, this kind of gives away what it is. Let's do walk-in closet and hope we... No, we can't. I guess maid's chamber. But I like items lying around the house. It's almost as if I found a room that increases the odds of getting red rooms. Some gems, that would be nice. And we can get to the room that I'm cutting off that way. It's not the, like, rune sigil that we read about. Not that that's, I suppose, very surprising. Okay, back to the... Do we have any keys? We have one. Back to the freezer. See if there were pictures in there that I just missed. because I didn't walk into it. Hose house. It's a U. Count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. And then we have an E on the last one of the final rank. Blueprints is a game about manipulating reality until it's actually possible to complete it. Wait, is the little thermometer going up? It is. Maybe it's like I said, maybe it's gonna melt because we have the heater. Or the furnace or whatever. That would be good. There's clearly something over here. Awesome. I wonder if that'll unfreeze our gems and money as well. It has to, right? Because there's gems and money in the room. Or at least gems. Zero is the freezing point of water. So it should start to melt. We got a fancy key, we got a letter, which is probably the most important thing in the room. We have the gems, we have a key. We have a pawn, that's something. Oh, I already have that written down. I think that's it. And then we have this. Ooh. It is melting. How neat. Spartan, so far I'm really liking this game, but I think my opinion would change if I got to a, like, standstill. Where I got to the point where I didn't feel like I had any threads to pull out anymore. Right now I'm still, like, progressing. I'm still moving forward a lot of the time. Other than on days where it's like a complete flop, obviously. But, huzzah.
The fact Simon's not gonna walk through that door until it's completely melted is another, you could be trying a little harder. I don't think you really want this house.
Seriously. Nice. The network servers are finally out of cold storage, or at least as many as we could fit into the surrounding walls of the grotto off the East Drive. The last few days have been very busy, but I'm glad I was able to take a short break from gardening to help Randolph install the network. It was, after all, the least he could do, since it was I who suggested the final location. We decided that we were going to store the 2 unused servers here in Mount Holly's freezer. They could serve as readily accessible replacements should any of the primary consoles fail. Admin key. Revol? I think it's Revad. It's a weird written D. Maybe it's Riva 1 with a closed parentheses?
The D in admin is written the same way.
Oh, you're right. It is. Okay. Yep. I missed that. So the network servers are in the grotto off of East Drive. That's new information as well. I see. So my initial thought was that we might have to, like, cut the power to this room somehow. And I think that might be still what we have to do, because this freezer is staying frozen. And I don't think the temperature is going up past 17 degrees. Okay, we did get some new information here, including what I hope is the admin key to the terminals, but what I think might be something that is only useful once we get to that server room that he was talking about. Let's try the gymnasium. So no, it didn't unfreeze our assets. I don't think I want to take the car keys back because we don't have the light and flight. That would be an F. We don't have the garage today. Actually don't think I'm gonna use... Well, I guess I may as well. I don't... The only other option is that I try to get something in the Great Hall. I don't think I'm getting to the antechamber today because none of these lead into it. I could take this weight room out and around. Let's try that, and let's save our key for that. Which way is it? I passed it. Nope, it was a keycard room. Shit. They should mark that on the map. That would be handy. I think I might be running out of steps here. Yeah, I think we're all boxed in other than that, which is also being boxed in. We can make it back there, though. I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. No, 1... I'm gonna mute myself. Actually, I think we're in trouble, because we got this cool upgrade disc, but I don't think we can use it, because we're more than 6 away from security. Unless there's a terminal in any of these other rooms, which I don't think there was. There was in the laboratory, but we never got that.
Maybe one of the doors on the Great Hall will have like 50 bananas behind it and we'll be fine.
That would be pretty great. 1, 2... No, it would be 1, 2, 3... No, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we only have 6 steps. Damn, I should have thought of that ahead of time. That's actually really unfortunate. I guess I have to hope that it'll just go back to the freezer now that we've picked it up. We can get back to the dining room and do that door, though. I think that's our only real choice. Unless we want to, like you said, open one of the doors in the Great Hall. If you really want that upgrade desk, you put in the coat check. That's true. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's true. That's really smart. I should do that. I have the car keys in there right now. Like in case I get a perfect day where I have everything else. Upgrade disc. Awesome. That's handy. Cool. And now I walk into this next room and fall over dead. Let's just call it a day instead of wasting the time. Thank you, Spartan. Scarlet Manor of the Dead. 7 red rooms, 12 dead-end rooms.
That's a very cool name for something that just amounts to House That Sucks Bad.
Yeah, seriously. You did a bad job. But the house is really cool. As a result. Revad. What does that possibly mean? Backwards, it's Daver. Oh, no, I just wasted 2 steps, but I should always take the allowance before I leave here. In case it's the, like, prayer place. Offering room, whatever it's called. I think I want the schoolhouse. We can go for the classrooms again. I want all 3 of these. Because steps are usually something we have like a ton of. But I want to see what's past like the 2nd grade classroom. Let's do schoolhouse. I think that's more important. More information. Early library. Something rare and interesting. So I think the only one that we haven't read is whichever one of these 2 that we haven't read, because we've read all the other ones. I think it was volume 4 that we didn't read. I think we read volume 3.
Yeah.
Cool. Another chamber of mirrors. That's kind of a bad start over there. Den is good. Another den. And another bedroom. Oh, because we have the chamber of mirrors. I'm okay. It's like, what the... What? Why is that happening? Parlor, get some more gems. The gems are in the black box. The gems are in the blue box. Every statement with the word black is false. So that's impossible to be true. That's a contradiction in and of itself. If that's true, it has the word black in it, so that makes itself false. So that's false. So not every statement with the word black is true. Okay. Gems are in the blue box. The gems are in the black box. Every statement with the word black is false. A stylist statement is hilarious because you have to prevent creating a paradox. Yeah. It's not really a paradox. It's like a logical contradiction. Which I guess is a kind of paradox. You're not wrong. I just got to be semantic for no reason. Yes, so if this is true, it makes itself false. Ooh, oh, I see. But if this must be false, then that means that the other statement with the word black in it must be true. Because if they're both false, then this is true. Because every statement with the word black would be false. I see. So the gems have to be in the black box. This one must be true for this to be false. And this one must be false because if it's true, then it's a contradiction. Yippee! Corridor. I keep talking about wanting to draft classrooms, and I want to so badly, but I can't wall myself in. I need to actually draft rooms that let me draft more rooms. Well, these are all terrible. Spare room, I guess, because otherwise I'm locked in. This is a good time for a classroom. Probably. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. That's good. We know which regions are which color already. This is purple? I thought it was orange. Maybe that was one of the ones. Each color is only used twice. Uh-huh. Blueprints, Blue Pond. This one was yellow. So this is yellow, and then this is green, and that's the two mistakes. Because this being yellow doesn't make sense. So this is yellow. This is purple. This is orange. Yes. Delicious. In dungeon. Hallway. Always bet on hallway. Gymnasium. Don't always bet on gymnasium. Don't do that. That's not smart. Maybe attic? There's no real point in continuing down farther this way. I guess some of them could be useful, like the dining room. I've never seen the attic, though. I kind of want to. Let's do the attic. Larger battery pack. Safe deposit box key. That's always exciting to get. Key to the secret garden. Coupon book. This is the White Bishop. If they do what I'm afraid they're going to do, where they make me, like, get checkmate by drafting all the rooms in a certain way, I'm gonna scream. Because that's insane. Change the ending to political. I'm excited for this one. Dear Miss Marigold, thank you so much for giving our editors the opportunity to consider your illustrated children's book, The Red Prince. Unfortunately, I regret that we have come to the conclusion that although the illustrations are wonderful, we do not think a material is a good fit with Ruffington's current catalog, and therefore will not be pursuing a partnership at this time. If you provided us with a return envelope, your manuscript will be returned to you. Otherwise, it has been recycled. Thank you again for thinking of us here at Ruffington, and do not be discouraged to submit any work you complete in the future. We wish you every success in finding a home for your book. Change the ending to political. I forget how The Red Prince ended. This is April 12th. Thomas Yanders. This had to have been much before her disappearance, no? April 12th. Maybe I need to start making a timeline. Okay. It seems the attic does in fact have a lot of items in it. That's true. That's true. I can't argue with that there. Okay. The next time we go to the attic, I'll look back at that scrapbook thing and see about getting that getting a timeline. But this is April 12th. Red Prince. Denied from Ruffington Publishing? Denied by Ruffington Publishing? Ending to political. Okay. No other hidden notes that I can see. Also, we don't know the year. It doesn't have a year. I don't think these numbers are going to matter. I hope not, anyway. Is this Simon? I don't know. It's so hard to keep track of all the people. The moon necklace and the bracelet? I don't know. Boudoir. So the library will lead into the top of the hallway. Will it? No, it won't. It'll lead up, which is good. Or do we go for classroom? Probably classroom, actually, because I want to get other classrooms other than past grade 2. I want the solarium so badly. I mean, all 3 of them are dead ends, so I may as well... No, I can't. I don't have any gems. Okay. Oh, no! The drafting studio! I want that so badly, but I don't have any gems. Another classroom, no gems. Hallway isn't bad. Another parlor. 2 bedrooms isn't too bad because we have the sleeping mask today. And I can't take the commissary because I don't have any gems. I think I have to redraw again. Foundation does not reset each day. This is a new room.
Well, I hope that was a good idea.
What? You hope what was a good idea?
Don't worry about it.
Huh? Buh? Did I... Was I supposed to jump in here and I didn't? Did I choose not to take something that I should have? What was it? You're freaking me out! Does not reset each day. How do I get up there? Foundation. The cornerstone of the house, unvarying and unchanging. The foundation is one of the only constants in the estate on which you can truly rely. This natural cavity was hollowed directly out of the mountain itself, with its stone and earth walls displaying an underlying coarseness that the rest of the mansion conceals. Oh! Does that mean that that's permanently in this spot? So when I start tomorrow, that's already going to be there? Maybe? Possibly? I think that might be what that means. That's probably fine. I mean, it's a little ways away. It would have been nice to get it, like, right at the start, though. And so your fate has been determined. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Well, how was I supposed to know? Oh, it said it's not gonna reset. Yeah, whatever. I thought that meant that, like, you could set items down in it and they wouldn't get deleted the next time you drafted the foundation. I need gems really badly. I genuinely don't remember how to get the blue. So I just kind of like click around and do bullshit until I get one. Whatever sequence I'm doing is the wrong one. Hey, there we go. VAC indicators. I still don't know what this does. Well, whatever. At least the gymnasium is turned off now. Not that that is that important. I really didn't think about that. I didn't realize that that was what that would do. I don't think we use the secret garden key because I think green rooms can only be on the sides. So we go back to this hallway. We're boxing ourselves in again. I need gems! It's good that I'm getting so many of the hallway. Well, that's unfortunate. Secret garden here. This is the same moon insignia that's on that necklace. Spread fruit throughout the house. That's good. Oh, there's another one. So we rotate the bottom two. Maybe we need to make them line up with the top one? In which case they're both pointing the wrong direction. Oh yeah, that was it. Ooh. That's exciting. It's interesting that it's not the door that has the moon insignia on it. I guess that's the far door? It's interesting that I'm off over here, which is like outside of the little diagram. Okay. Still no gems. Boudoir or billiard room? Billiard room? Consider this. It might give us gems. Ooh. So in darts, a bullseye is like 25 or 50 or something, but like you said, there's no like darts rules in this at all. It's the same color as addition. Maybe it's still 3, maybe it's like +0. No. Square. Oh, is it squared? Like it's 9? It is. Okay. So this would be... does the squaring happen... It has to happen after addition. I didn't think of that as a square. I thought of it as like 2 separate regions. 4 squared is 16. 6 minus 16 looks like a square to me, at least. I mean, it is a square. That's clearly what it's trying to, like, communicate. Just wasn't what my mind jumped to. Okay, so 6 squared is like 36. 6 minus 16 is like -10. Squared is positive 100. So that's not right. Oh no, I had it right the first time. 6 squared is 36. No, it's not. It's 64. No, it's not. What is it? 6 times 6. It is 36. Minus 16 is 16. No, it's not. 3 squared is 9.
And not 20?
Isn't 16 plus 16 32?
No, I mean, like, you said 36 minus 16. That's 20.
Oh. It is. You are correct. That's right. That's true. Wow, it worked! No way! And no gems, of course. Amazing. Oh, so cool. Alright, well, at least we're getting use out of those keys. No gems still. When drafting, you may spread gems to you may spend gems, of course, to redraw floor plans up to 8 times. Have we gotten the study? I feel like we had to have. This would give us a gem. That's exciting. Maybe then we can get a classroom. Both of these are dead ends. This is not a very good effect. I really wish I could look at the list of rooms just to see if I already have it. I do. I've been to this room before. I remember the chessboard. Yes. Yes. So it's not new. The effect isn't very good. No, if I press escape, it does this. If I press tab, it shows this. I can select with keys. No, it really wants you to make the decision before you escape. Because it wants to force you to decide. You might be thinking of when you're deciding whether you want to put in the key, because then it says use a key or exit. Maybe. I think we storeroom. I don't think we need to go to the study. Or we redraw. We have 2. Classroom would be really good to get out of this hallway. I think we redraw because these are all dead ends. Well, not much better. In fact, worse, because all of these are less interesting. There's that moon. It's an onion. Kataga is great at doing the in-game puzzles, and I'm here to fill in the blanks like, quote, words and, quote, basic addition and subtraction. That's true. That's true. Also timekeeping. You're much better at timekeeping than I am. Hey, Kataga, did you know that... Did you know that 12 a.m. is actually midnight? No, I didn't. What an interesting revelation. And the best part is that when I say that, I'm not being sarcastic at all. I literally did make that mistake, and it was pretty funny. Still no gems. Never gonna get any gems. Another billiard room. Maybe this will give me gems. 14. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25 minus 15 is 5. No, it's 10. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 25 minus 15 is 10. 8 squared is 64. Minus 20 is 34. That's not 8, that's 6. 6 squared is 36. Minus 20 is 16. There we go. More keys. Oh, thank goodness. I guess I shouldn't complain. Sure. Letter is not M.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the what's showing up on the rock there is just the letter for the room for the paintings.
Oh, so it is. Okay. That's not good. That's interesting. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to get from this then. Is 8 just the word message? Because there were... We found the first 4 of these in the piano room. And they said there were other ones like hidden throughout the house. Just write 8 message. And we'll see if we find more that have words and all of those come together to form something. Battery pack plus broken lever plus nothing. Coin purse plus nothing. Magnifying glass plus nothing. Coupon book. Sleeping mask. Broken lever. So it must be the broken lever plus the like sledgehammer plus the battery pack. makes a fixed lever, and then you put that into something. So we can't go further this way. This was locked, but we can go there. This wasn't locked, I don't think. Let's try that first. It's just taunting me. It keeps giving me classrooms, and I'm never going to be able to use any of them. I think dining room, because that's more rooms. Okay, West Wing Hall. Come on, not a dead end. Dead end. I guess we'll get the planetarium effect. We don't have any keys. This was locked. The room out of the workshop, even if we hadn't blocked it, was a key card. Chamber of Mirrors, we never found another way into. Oh, there's this room. I guess we could find a key there. And then a secret garden room here that teleports you directly to the antechamber. That would be cool. I don't know. Is it worth it to explore one more room? Probably not. That's going to take forever. Call it a day. Architect's Jigsaw House. 5 drafting rooms, 3 puzzle rooms. New rooms 3. We got the attic, we got the secret garden, and we got the... what was the other one? Foundation. That's right. I think I know where that server room they were talking about is. It was one of the doors on the road back towards Simon's camp. Unfortunately, it's still sealed, so I don't know what to... I didn't get the stupid thing. Ah. Tomb, and we'll try the other way of the clicking on the things with the angels, like these instead of the thing itself. This is the same ones. Or maybe it was talking about the Reaper as the angel. Well, there's not really any pillars here. I mean, it does have wings. This thing points at, like, this spot right here in the reservoir. That's interesting. But no luck, it seems. It's pretty unfortunate. I really thought that would have been something. Okay. Rather than continuing farther in, I think we're just gonna head back up to save ourselves the steps. I think I did all the angels. I don't know. Well, I tried my best. I quite like the moodiness of the music. Yep, it's still there. Ugh. Okay. Could be worse, I guess. I could have drafted it like blocking one of the exits of the entrance hall. Reading Nook would loop back into the den, so it's not helpful. Sledgehammer is good to get. Although I haven't seen any chests on like the last 3 or 4 days. Before we go on, let's double back and explore some more. So that we're not passing through the chapel multiple times. Ooh, boiler room. Okay. Now we need to make sure we have a gem before we draft here or here. Which is this front room. Not so bad to get an early bedroom, I guess, because this is a room we might pass in and out of multiple times. Yippee! Parlor! This is the only true box. The gems are in the other box with a true statement, one of the other boxes is true. So this one is mutually exclusive from the rest of them. If this is true, this cannot be true. Well, obviously, because it says this is the only true box. Does that create any contradictions? This is false. The gems are not in the other box with a true statement. That does not create a contradiction. One of the other boxes is true. That is a contradiction. That cannot possibly be false while this is true. And while this is true, it makes this be false. So this must be false. This is not the only true box. Interesting. So either truth value for this one assumes that it is a true box. But that's not... That's wrong. If I say false, this is not the only true box. It's false because it's not a true box in the first place. Okay. Blue box is false. The gems are in the other box with a true statement. Maybe. One of the other boxes is true. So this is definitely false. So one of these must be true. The other one can be true or false. The gems are in the other... I mean, the obvious answer is that they're both true. Because this would be true. It would be here. And then one of the other boxes is true would be true. Because this would be true. If we assume that they're false instead, one of the other boxes is true. False. That's a contradiction because this one has to be true if these are both false. If this is false, the gems are in the other box with a true statement, then that's also a contradiction because those are both false, so this has to be false. One of the other boxes is true. So they must both be true, so the gems must be in the other box with the true statement, so they must be in the black box. See, isn't that fun? I love that. Gems, delicious. Okay. While we have the gems, I'm just going to pull off the Band-Aid, I think, and try for laboratory. Nope. Maybe we wait on the last one. I didn't think about it, but it might be better to try when we have, like, dice, so that we can try to re-roll for it. Probably closet, actually. The dark room would just give us access to the room that we already have access to. And the kitchen would take a gem, and we don't need food yet. Closet. There's a dice. A die. I kind of want more than one, though. Let's wait a little longer. Back to the parlor. That's pretty handy. It is a dead end, though. These are all dead ends. No, they're not. The reading note could be something, although it is kind of pointing down towards a dead end. Have we gotten the terrace? I don't think we have. I don't want to use that die. If we draft the library from the reading nook, it'll point into the spare room, so that's not good. I don't know, it's also not bad necessarily, because we'll get to read the drafting strategy book that it gives us. Or a new room. Drafting strategy or a new room? Probably new room. If I don't have the terrace, which I don't remember. This seems new. I'm going to assume that this is a new room. Not that it's very valuable. I guess it's just this effect that's valuable. Rather than there being anything cool here. I find green rooms kind of underwhelming in terms of, like, actual content. There's usually nothing in them. Okay, so now back to the chapel. We go up from the chapel. We go north from the chapel, I should say. Yeah. Green rooms don't have much in them until you have 10 different green room boosting rooms. Yeah, it's for like the game, for like the roguelike part of it. I see their value a lot actually, because they all like synergize together really well. The veranda is probably better than the corridor. The thing that doesn't impress me about them is when I say content, I mean like lore, I guess. Like there's so many rooms that are just like this, where it's like pretty, and maybe there are some dig spots which are nice, and their effect is pretty good for like a green room run, but doesn't do anything. It's like doesn't teach me any new information. There's no puzzles here that I can try and think about. This might be good for a reading nook, because we can get the library. It will lead back down. We'll have to hope that we get a path here. I don't know. It's just hard to say no to the library. Because it's less common. Oh, it doesn't lead down. It leads up. Okay, then there's no question. Alright, drafting strategy. This is the new one. That's good. Tools of the trade. In the world of drafting, the tools an architect wields are crucial in shaping their vision and bringing their designs to life. The precision, elegance, and functionality of these instruments can have a profound effect on the drafting process and the final outcome of your project. This is why it's very important to choose the right tools to complement your drafting techniques. In this issue of Drafting Strategy, we'll dive into the vast realm of inventory, bringing to light the many hidden tools of the trade that can enhance your favorite strategies and elevate your architectural ambitions to unprecedented heights. From classic compasses and T-squares to state-of-the-art software upgrades, the variety of drafting tools available to architects today is staggering. As we navigate this diverse landscape, regardless of whether you're a seasoned professional seeking to refine your toolkit or a budding draftsman searching for a basic set of instruments, the following article will provide valuable insights and guidance for architects of all levels. Gems. Can't have a conversation about drafting items without starting with gems. These valuable stones allow architects to draft special floor plans. Stopwatch. A more short-term, very short-term alternative to paying gems is utilizing a stopwatch to bypass any gem costs you encounter during a frantic 1-minute drafting dash. That's interesting. I haven't seen most of these. That's not true. I have seen most of these, but many of these I have not seen. Emerald Bracelet. Of course, if you're wealthy enough to be able to afford to purchase it from the showroom, this very high-end luxury item removes the gem cost of special floor plans altogether. Ooh. Repellent spray. But why remove gem costs when you can just remove the whole room? Repellent spray can free you of that annoying floor plan for up to a week. Ooh. Ivory dice. Brass compass. If a room has another exit, it will have a high chance to lead north. Silver key. The orientation of floor plans matters a lot less when rooms have tons of doors. Silver key all but guarantees that your draft will result in a room with enough doors to ensure they lead where you want them to go. Ornate compass, another luxury item from the showroom and most likely the most useful drafting tool on this list. Ornate compass allows you to rotate floor plans as you draft them, allowing you to position doors to your advantage. What does that mean? Like... Okay, no, I kind of get that, actually. Like, the library has 2 doors to it. And it could lead either to the left or to the right of where you are. And the ornate compass allows you to choose which of those orientations it has. That's interesting. I've not drafted the showroom yet. Crafted from the depths and resourcefulness and innovation, contraptions are makeshift creations born from the fusion of two or more distinct tools. Through soldering, taping, and a liberal amount of hot glue, inventors can use the workbench found in the workshop to bring together disparate elements to forge something far greater than the sum of its parts. Blind experimentation is often the most rewarding avenue for true innovators, but for those crafters who need a bit of inspiration or guidance, we've included a list of common contraption components to kickstart your creative journey. Uh-huh. Okay. Time for an upgrade. 16 total discs have been issued. I like Cora Yard, that's funny. Perhaps the most exciting item an architect can come across is an upgrade disc. This floppy data disc houses a wellspring of unique architectural plans designed explicitly for a specific room. By inserting the disk into a computer terminal, architects gain the ability to change the destiny of a room, guided by the enticing designs contained on the disk. This myriad of options not only allows architects to craft floor plans that align with their preferred strategies, but also enables them to adapt their creations to evolving project requirements. Furthermore, the upgrade disk's array of plans ensures that no two architects will follow the same path, fostering a landscape of diverse architectural designs. Stringing together adjoining hallways has always been the most straightforward strategy when utilizing a hall pass. Drafting floor plans like tunnel and secret passage are an easy way to set up a longer chain of hallways. I've never gotten the hall pass. You can adjust the settings in the terminal located in security to make security doors more or less common. If you have found a keycard, it's worth changing these settings to high, and if you haven't, you may want to set them to low. For an endeavoring gardener, a watering can is a fundamental tool, but did you know you can refill this item with water? All you need to do is find a faucet with running water. I've never gotten that either. Most green rooms can only be drafted along the edges of your house, and the secret garden is no exception. You can use this key on any locked door leading to one of those room positions. If you come across any fancy ruby-socketed candlesticks, you may want to take note in case you can find an item that can produce a flame. These specific candlesticks contain mechanical triggers that are tripped when the candle is lit. That's pretty interesting. That's a good piece of information. Word from the editor. Tools are cool, but they're only as good as the architect who harnesses their capabilities. As you finish reading this chapter issue of Drafting Strategy, I want you to open up your menu and look at your inventory. Take a moment to look at each item and contemplate the true potential they all hold. The same potential you see there is the same potential that resides within yourself. For it is not the tools themselves that will sculpt the grand structures and monuments of tomorrow, but the deft hands and brilliant minds of architects like you. Wow. So an item that can make fire might be valuable. I can draft the vault, but I don't have the vault key today. I have never drafted the ballroom. Whenever you enter ballroom, set your gems to 2 gems. I mean, that's pretty cool, but it also means that it's much harder to draft things like the vault. Half would put me at 21, which would be pretty bad. Let's do ballroom. That's kind of interesting. Hey, it's 6 and 7. Under these stars the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. The gowns glide on and music swells, and at the end the clock strikes 12. What that means only time can tell. 2 remain for one last dance, and spin again around clock hands, and as they turn, a second chance to rise above the falling sands. The true time lost is past romance. Okay, so 6 is R, and 7 is true. 6, 7, 8 then forms R true message. One of the most important tips from the drafting strategy booklets is to make sure you always have at least some gems on hand. The ballroom is very good at doing that. Yeah, it seems pretty handy. It's going to start looking like there's a cube in the middle. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 17 minus 15 is 2 times 20 is 40. Divided by 10 is 4. 1 plus 19 is 20. Minus 6 is 14. Times 2 is 28. Divided by 7 is 7, 14, 21, 28. It's 4. Ooh. That's nice. Pool. That adds the pump room. Yes. Yes, please. Okay. I should probably go back and get the other gem from the ballroom since it's only 2 away. Before I draft again. I just want another die. How hard is that? Connecting to the foundation is pretty hard to pass up on. Let's do that. I bet we're gonna find something deep down that connects to it, and we'll like call the elevator up. Maybe we can buy a dye? Salt shaker. Shovel, sleeping mask, metal detector. Shoveled for sure. Salt shaker makes food give you a little bit more, I think. I don't have enough for the metal detector. Let's hold off for now. We can go back to the foundation and dig again. Sure. Safe deposit box key. Okay. Maybe I should have drafted the vault at some point. Patio. Sure, actually, that'll be more gems. Because I have 3 other green rooms in other places. Can I dig here? Like it said? I have the shovel today. Dog is going crazy. Maybe I misinterpreted and the X means something else.
The secret garden key, you can use it here, right?
That's true, yes. Ooh, metal detector. That's also really valuable. Digging through concrete with a shovel might be a bit tough. I had a sledgehammer last time and I couldn't bonk through it that way either. I guess there was dynamite in one of those rooms, wasn't there? Oh, okay. I'm glad it doesn't make me resolve that. I don't know. Am I gonna find like a jackhammer somewhere? I don't think I need to resort to picking the archives. Let's go with the storeroom. Yes? No? Because that'll give me a third gem, which would be good because I have a potential to get the vault for the safe deposit box key. But if I ever go back through the ballroom, I'll lose it. I guess there's still this door here from the dark room, and both of these. Although I think one of them, this one is like a keycard door. Let's do storeroom, I think. We don't have a... No, we don't have the sleeping mask. Storeroom. Up to the commissary, I guess. Probably West Wing Hall. We haven't found any room to use the upgrade disc on. Better to save that for a day where we definitely have one, I think. Locker room. Sauna. These are both new. Spread keys throughout the house. Tomorrow you will start the day with 20 extra steps. I just rubbed my screen because I thought it was like smudged, but no, it's blurry because it's a sauna. These are both exciting. I don't know which one to pick. Probably the sauna, other things being equal. No, because it's a dead end. Probably locker room. I don't want a dead end when we're so close to getting to the side that has an opening. It costs a gem. That's why I said all of the things being equal, because we kind of want to save that third gem for the vault. I think it's more important to get to the anti-chamber, though. No, a fat lot of good that did. We have this one already. I gotta try every single one. I only have 2 keys. I'd kind of prefer not to use many. Maybe I just open one. Where was your... You had a solved version in the chat somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's still the most recent thing in the on-stream chat channel.
So it was a 7 and a 13. Well, of course, because it's just addition. 130 70R 70. The red text seems to indicate words because 6 is spelled out like this instead of being written with letters. Numbers, I mean. Both of these are like the same exact character, but this one is larger for some reason. Oh my gosh. I think I'm getting too tired for this game. This game is it's quite something. For all I know, this X could be through the each, and it's actually you're just supposed to find some without using signs. And it's SI, and that's supposed to mean something. I don't know. Let's just take a screenshot of this, and I'm sure I can come back to it. If I can figure out how to take a screenshot. There we go. Alright. Let's make this the last day of this. Maybe I'll play something else after this, but this game takes too much brain power.
There's keys. The metal detector was not detecting the banana.
It wasn't? They say the bananas are a good source of iron. I'm lying. I don't know if they say that. I don't know. We kind of need a key card, don't we? Yeah, we kind of do. Because this is a key card, this is a key card. And then the only other possible further steps are these two, and this is going to lead to the, hopefully, laboratory. We never got another key, or no, we never got another dice. Nah. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's just locked. Okay. That one. Pump room! Yay! Car keys! We don't have a garage today. I don't know why I'm so excited about that. Okay, so big things to do with this still are draining the fountain and draining the reservoir. But draining the reservoir completely is not possible. So we're not draining the whole reservoir. We're like draining it to the point where Simon can get in the boat, which is like 2 down? I forget.
Probably
But
2
also,
up from where it is now, since
2
this
up from where it
saved
is.
from last time.
Oh, it does. Okay. That's handy. This has 2 in it already, so if we can just get this 2 into the... We have the tomb today. Lucky, lucky. Okay, so if we can get this 2 into the reservoir. The reservoir is... Where's the reservoir? I forget. It's the second one. It's here. We want it to be pointing this way. I don't remember which one it was. That means what?
And you need to hit the button. There we go. Great.
Cool. Okay.
So that should be fine.
We have 21. Do we have to abandon everything and just leave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Probably, actually. Because then there's like several rooms that we have to go through in the tomb to get to the reservoir. So let's just go straight and do that right away.
But, I mean, if you just, if you get lucky
Here and
with
here?
the next two rooms out here, it should be fine.
Laboratory. Laboratory. That's fine. Didn't I turn out the power on the... Huh? Oh, it's that sealed boiler room door that you have to, like, do the puzzle to open. Okay, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's like 2 fewer, or 2 more rooms that I have to go through. There was a key there the whole time. That was still a net positive. We got, instead of spending like 13 steps, we only ended up spending like 11. My phone just turned off by itself. How exciting. If I can remember the way to get to it. So these are the things with the ruby thing. You can really tell that I'm getting tired because I'm just saying thing for every noun in any sentence. So if I find some way to make fire, the tomb is one place to go. Again, Simon should really just be capable of, like, picking this up and carrying it over there. I think that counts as a separate room. Let's not go in there. Simon, are you kidding me? That's like half a step. That's nothing.
I guess it's one down.
This is insane. This man, I swear. Oh, gosh. Well. Okay, then.
He's just really into camping, but it doesn't fit with his public image, so he has to make the excuse that he can't work out this house thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Damn. That's so disappointing. This is the second reason why the pump room is my least favorite in the whole game. Really? I don't mind it. I think the puzzle of like trying to move the water around is fine. I just wish it was better communicated, that specifically where you needed the water level to be. 3 new rooms today. Locker room, ballroom, terrace, veranda? One of those, I think.
I guess we know if the water stays where it is.
That's
That
true. That
probably
is new
means
information.
we can just get the tomb on a different day after we reset the water level a 3rd time.
That's true. Yeah, I don't mind the actual puzzle of the pump room. Like moving around the water levels and everything. By the time the water's moved, he turned into a dusty skeleton. That's a good way of describing it. Yeah, I suppose so. It does take a long time to, like, flow to where you want it. That was pretty fun. Sorry, my brain started turning into mush by the end. I also think part of it is that I haven't... There will be a mod for this game that just speeds up nearly everything by a factor of 4. You don't understand.
You don't appreciate the ambiance.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. You don't understand. You don't appreciate the mood. The ambiance. And if you're not forced to slow down, what's going to make you look at all the minor details in all the rooms and overanalyze them? And be like, wow, it's red, like red prints, like blueprints, like the thing that we're doing to... And then you just like keep going past that, but I'm not going to because I can't think of anything to say because I'm so tired. I think also part of it might be that I'm really hungry. I haven't had dinner. It's like 11 p.m. I should do that probably. Spartan, I actually have a game recommendation for you. One that I think you might like, potentially. Although, I don't know. Do you like abstract puzzle games? Or do you prefer puzzle games that have more, like, context, like blueprints? Like, are you a fan of Sudoku or, like, crosswords or logic puzzles? Lingo? Not heard of Lingo. I was going to recommend a game called Logic Bombs. It's kind of like a twist on Picross, sort of. But that's kind of selling it short. It's like a really interesting logic puzzle game that I've been playing. Something really fun about it is that the game was actually apparently originally made for Game Boy. So when you buy the game, you get like the normal computer.exe, but they also give you a Game Boy ROM. It's really, really, really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. I actually took that Game Boy ROM and put it on a little like handheld emulation device that I have, and I've been playing it in bed. It's one that looks like a Game Boy Advance SP. And it's really fun. I give it a shot. I think it's only like $5, so even if it's not your speed, it's not, you haven't wasted too much money. Okay. Next week, I think, will be No Sleep for Kaname Date. It's very likely that Lux will be finished with the game by then. If not, we'll wait another week. There's no rush. Yes. I do want to stream the candle again. That friend who was on stream with me before has, like, reached out to me about doing it again. Dog's barking. I think both my siblings are home, actually. They're downstairs riling the dog up. Okay. Sorry this was a little bit of a shorter one. I think I'm just tuckered out from the week. Maybe we'll stream again this weekend at, like... Actually, I guess it would have to be tomorrow, because Board Game Night got moved to Sunday. Okay. I'll stop rambling. I am going to go downstairs, get some dinner, come back upstairs, probably go to bed. Thank you very much. I will do just that. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out.